I'm going to do a video review of this 20-volt cordless drill that I guess has a DeWalt compatible battery, and I'm going to be using it to help me assemble a small cabinet I bought recently from Amazon for my bathroom. And I'm going to be using it, the drill bit here, for putting in the screws, and I'm going to show this little extension bit that helps you helps when you need a little distance. And I'm finally going to use this unusual looking snake bit that allows you to do the drilling at quite a few angles, even angles of 90 degrees or greater. So let's get the video started. The video got pretty long, so I'm just going to chop it up and show you just those segments where I'm using the drill, just to save you time, and allows you to see how the drill is used for this fashion. I'm not an expert craftsman, so you're probably going to see me make a lot of mistakes, but that might be appropriate for those of you who are also just like me. You're a novice craftsman and want a tool that's easy to use for some of the jobs that you need to do around the house. Okay, one issue I found with this drill already before starting to use it is with the bits for the screws. You see, these are the bits that came with it for various screws, and if you look at the Phillips heads, you notice that they're not milled very well. Look at that one right there. See how it's misshaped? So that's not really good quality right there for the heads. Now, fortunately, you can buy additional drill bit heads. That's not a problem. The ones that come with this set, they lack a little precision, at least for the Phillips heads. Now, in comparison, here's some Phillips heads from my Stanley tool set that just uses a hand screwdriver. And the Phillips heads, they've been in use, but they're milled a little bit better. You see they have an angled top there. It's not completely cut flat, so that will provide better contact on the depression of the Phillips screws. You compare the two together, the set with this cordless drill on top, and see how they're uneven in the I guess on each side, and compare that to the Stanley bits on the bottom. So you may need to purchase some additional bits if you want better precision with these drilling heads, or screw heads, I mean. Normally it's not recommended to use power tools to assemble things like IKEA furniture and this small cabinet I'm going to put together, but I'm going to use this drill in very low torque settings just so, because I have nothing else really to drill for demonstration. So for starters, I'm going to take this drill bit, and I'm using the bit from my Stanley kit. I'm not using the drill bit from this drill system because, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't appear to be bored that well for Phillips. So I'm just going to place it in here, and then I'm going to turn this upper part counterclockwise, and it'll start tightening the bit into the one hand. Let me see. Angle the phone here. Okay, there we go. Come on. Okay. We got tighten there now. Okay. Another thing you want to do is set the torque of the drill. You see this large dial here on the outside? This is the torque setting. Now, the higher torque setting means that it's going to really put a lot of force when the screw reaches pressure at the point of where it's almost at the point of full insertion. So you don't really want high torque here. This is really high for trying to punch through really tough material. So I'm going to put this down and adjust the torque back to 1. So I'm going to go all the way to 1 on this drill. Sorry about the shaky cam. I'll show you. It's kind of tough. You can do it with one hand here. Okay. So now I've got it all the way down to 1. Looks like. And just get it lined up. Let me put the battery into it. Okay, here, I've already got this battery fully charged. Just one hand here. On the top of this drill, we have a little speed setting. I think 1 is for low and 2 is for high. And for assembling this furniture, we're going to use the low setting. Put it back on 1, so we'll hear what it sounds like. Put it back. Snap back all the way there. It's odd. Okay, that's 1. Let's put on 2 and see what it sounds like. Sounds about the same to me, but okay, it's snapped back better this way. Yeah, I can't really tell. Now let me check, let me make sure this is set for screwing in for clockwise. Right now it's, okay, it's moving clockwise, good. That's the, I guess this adjusts right here on the side, this adjusts if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. So if I go this way, yeah, see now it's going counterclockwise. If I press it back the other way, now it's going clockwise. This is why I want for screwing in the initial screws for this, this assembly. To attach. So this is a tiny little screw. I guess this is a wood screw, I'm not sure. So we use the same, I guess the same, the same bit I had in here before will work. So got this ready to go. I'm just going to put it in here. I've got the same torque on one, and okay, that's probably tight enough. And so now I've got a magnet for the cabinet to install. Okay, let me see. Doesn't really look straight to me. Okay, so I'm going to reverse this screw so I can, like the switch, so I can pull it up and switch this out a little bit. It looks like I don't have it lined up right. So let me get this out. So okay, now I just pulled out the screw a little bit so I can line up this magnet better. And I'm going to hold this in place, screw it in. See how that looks. Okay, the alignment looks much better. Wait, there we go. Okay, this looks better. Let me tighten this one in too. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think this is done. Part of the assembly, I need to put in some lock bolts. And I'm going to try and do one real quick. Hopefully it's visible to you on the camera. So now this particular screw, it's only going to go in up to this little limit. There's a limit here, and the screw itself looks like it's maybe a 1/4 inch. And so it's not going to go in very far. And so what I need to do is I'm going to have to hold it up here with my hand and drill it in slowly to guide it in so it stays straight. So now I've got this, again, the torque set to 1. I'm going to go very slow, and it's set in the clockwise direction. I'm kind of holding it in while to help feed it straight to the hole. When it reaches the end, we should, you hear that? That's from the torque protection. Because we have this set to 1, it's reached enough pressure where it realizes it can't push down any forward, and so it starts making this thing click. And that's normal behavior if you set this to 1. If we'd set this to the maximum of 25, it would have kept trying to drill straight in and would have damaged this paneling here. Okay, so now I've got the extension attached to the drill. I'm going to put the bit in there. And it's not magnetic, it feels, unfortunately. So, okay, so I'm going to line up this little pointed screw in the hole here. Okay, there, I got the screw in. Let me just push this in. My fingernail, the thumbnail to line up. Still on torque setting 1. Huh, it's not torquing, interesting. I guess that's as far as it goes. So, and the bit fell out, and it's not magnetic, so that's normal, but all right, I got it in there. Getting the hang of this now. I'm not a carpenter, so I don't assemble things every day. There we go. And that's all 12 of the bolts done fairly quickly, I guess. Let me switch the zoom here. Now I'm trying to install the hinges, and there's already pre-drilled holes in here. They're tiny little holes. I don't know if you can see them there. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. There's one more screw, and put that one in. Quicker, easier. All right, hinges are on the door. Okay, so for these remaining two hinges, I figured I'd amuse you with this little flexible drill extension here. I don't know if it's going to fit in the whole video, but you have this flexible coil. I don't know what they call this, but you can put a bit in the end. If I turn it, see now the bit turns. I don't know if that's coming on the video, but and this whole assembly here, I guess it has a snake or something that allows it to turn. So I'm going to try to use that for these final two screws here. Whoops. And now I'm going to attach the screw to this bit, and I'm going to get this lined up here. I'm going to have it put in the hole, and I'm going to hold on to this plastic piece. And oh, it's turning the screw the other way. I guess I have to reverse it. Let me reverse it. Okay, I had to reverse it. And now it's turning in the correct direction. There it is. So that one's in there. Let me put the last screw in here. Let me get it lined up on the bit here. Okay, line up a bit. I'll try to. Whoops! I don't think I get my hand out of the way here for this. Let me operate with my other hand. That'll make it easier. You can see it better, maybe. Okay. Do the other hand. Whoops. Okay. It's in the bit. In here. Okay, and I'm going to hold it. Now it's screwing it in. There it is. So that's a pretty cool feature you can see here. I don't know if you can buy these extensions separately, but it's nice that this drill has it because it came in handy for some of the situations here. The final piece I have to do here is get this handle tightened. So let me do that real quick and do it right here. Yeah, won't tighten up right there. There we go, there we have it. So this little drill was pretty handy to save me time getting this little cabinet assembled for my bathroom. Did a pretty good job. And I wound up needing to do it in order to screw into some of the parts of the little wood that didn't have any holes. So all in all, very good drill. I highly recommend it and hope you enjoy it. Take care. Okay, for this next part of the assembly, the manufacturers have made it more interesting for this backing because there's no holes drilled or pre-drilled for me. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging of a drill. And I've got these little pointed screws here to use to drill in, so I'll have to be precise. And now I'm also going to use this bit. This is an extension piece for the bits. I'd forgotten it was in there. I probably could have used this in the last piece for the magnet I drilled in, but I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the drill so you can see how the drill operates with this.
I'm going to give you a little video just to show you what I've done, or I should say what we've done. As you can see, I've done all the way along there. Replaced all the handrail up the end there, at the end where the summer house / shed is. Along this right hand side, the fence, all the top half, we put all new wood in. We didn't drill pilot holes with that. We just wanted to test to see how the drill worked. Just drilled them straight through the wood with no pilot holes, and the drill worked absolutely perfectly fine. When we attached the plastic, we drilled through the plastic with a drill bit, and then obviously screwed them down. We put caps over it, as you can see by the ends of that, and at the other end where the step is up there, hopefully you can see they put end caps and things on, so all the screws were covered. But yeah, the drill worked perfectly, absolutely perfectly fine. Torque ends and that we adjusted, so we didn't over tighten certain things and crack the plastic.
Hey all, thought we'd do a quick unboxing and overview of this 12-volt cordless drill, which I will say right off the bat, you will find that it is heavy duty, feels great, got some nice rubberized finishes on it, all the things you'd expect from a kind of a a nice high-end drill, actually. I was thinking it was going to feel kind of cheap because it was kind of billed as a kind of a simple drill, but really actually quite nice. The battery pack down here has a little port right there, so that's what you're going to plug in to charge it. So there's a red and green light on the adapter that tells you when this is fully charged. This is a great kind of drill for your odds and ends around the house. Obviously, you're not going to go and build a house with this kind of drill, but it does have has a torque feature, so speed and torque, has adjustable settings for your screwing and drilling, a nice simple chuck to use, reverse and forward, and then it comes, and then it's got battery status and so forth, and then it even comes with a nice set of accessories. So it's got a extension guy that allows you to twist and turn wherever you're going to drill into. This part goes in your drill. That part is what is going to torque there, so you can kind of go into nooks and crannies. You get a couple different sets of drill bits, a set of self-tapping drill bits, regular drill bits. These are probably masonry drill bits. I didn't look in the instructions. An extension piece, and then a bunch of standard Phillips and flathead and hex guys going on here, and even some wall anchors in case you didn't have those. So if you're looking for just a simple, not even a simple, this is a nice drill. I have all kinds of, I have a whole bunch of Ryobi, a whole bunch of other types of drills and so forth that I do more construction and true building, but every now and then you just want a simple drill that's going to get the job done, and this is nice. This is also great. I have kids, and this is nice because it's smaller and more compact, so it's easier to fit in their hand. There's no reason why they can't be assembling, drilling, and building things, and so this is a nicer size drill for them to use. And overall, big thumbs up. Really like it. Easy to charge, easy to use, and everything looks great. Hope that helps. Talk to you later.
की सर म्हणतात की आणि